Ji Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, and welcome to all of you. In today's lecture, I'm just going to explain a concept of what is ionization energy. The students who are beginner in chemistry, they come across about this topic, about this concept, ionization energy, ionization of the atoms, and the ionized atoms, what they really are. Ionization energy is the energy, amount of energy that is required to make an atom a cation. Okay, mean you are going to remove one of its electron from a gaseous atom, and the resulting remaining atom which will carry a positive charge will become a cation. Ionization energy means its energy that is required to remove an electron, electron from a gaseous atom. Okay, that energy is supposed to be called as ionization energy. Let me take an example of the sodium. Over here what happens really, there are two electrons, and then we have another. I'm taking an example of the sodium where we have two electrons, 8, and then we have one electron, and this is the electronic configuration of the sodium. If we want to take out the loosely bonded electron over here, the outermost electron, of course, the amount of energy that will be required to remove this electron from this sodium atom, what happens then? We will have 2 electrons, and then we will have the remaining 8 ones in the shell number 2. This electron has been removed in the form of, as we can write it, 1 electron. You can see the size of this atom after the removal atom has been reduced. As it has lost its electron, it is supposed to carry a positive charge. Resultantly, it's also called a cation. The size of the cation is supposed to be smaller than the parent atom. So this amount of energy which we utilize to kick one of the electron out from an atom, this amount of energy is supposed to be called as the ionization energy. And you need to know that the ionization energy, it depends upon the size of the atom. It depends upon the size of the atom. Okay. The ionization energy actually depends upon the size of the atom. Let me take another example of magnesium. We have its configuration of the 2 electron, then we have 8 electron in the shell number 2, then we have 2 electron. This is sodium, and this is, here we have a magnesium. Okay, so what we do actually, if we provide energy to this electron, the outer electron, we can get Mg+1 due to the removal of one of the electron from the outer shell. Then what happens actually, I can draw it for you guys. So this is magnesium Mg plus 1. Because it has lost one of the electron, even then one more electron is available in the valence shell. What could be done? We can provide energy again to this electron, and this could be removed as well, leaving magnesium 2. Mg plus 2, because another electron has been lost over there, one electron was lost. Okay, so we can see magnesium in a neutral state would have a larger size. After the losing of one of the electron, the size will become smaller. Now the size is smaller compared to the parent atom. When we are going to remove the electron number 2, we need more energy. This energy, which is ionization energy number 2 or second ionization energy, it will be more than the energy which was used for the first ionization, because at this point of time the size is smaller compared to the parent. So second ionization is supposed to be high. When this energy is supplied, the electron is removed, and then we received Mg plus 2. Mg plus 2 as cation, you know. So the size of the atom is always a matter for the provision of the ionization energy. Smaller the size of the atom, higher amount of energy, ionization energy is required. If a large size is of the atom have a larger size, then a smaller amount of energy is required. Let me give you a glimpse about the periodic table. We have an idea about, there are rows, periods in the periodic table, you know. You can just giving you a simplified diagram one, you know. Here we have a hydrogen in the beginning, then we have a lithium, and we moved on. Okay, so it's a group. Over here we have a periods. We have a periods this way, the rows, you know. Here we have boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, and then we have a fluorine over here. So this is how we have a arrangement in the periodic table. We have a sodium here, we have a potassium here, we have a rubidium, we have a cesium, we have a francium, you know, down the hill. Let me take 2-3 these examples. We have hydrogen, lithium, sodium, we have a potassium, you know. It carries 1 electron. It is supposed to carry 2 and 1. It carries 2, 8 and 1. Let me restrict about these three, you know. Hydrogen is a nucleus, has a 1 electron. In case of lithium, okay, the size will be 2 electrons, and then we have a 1 electron. This is lithium, this is hydrogen. Then we moved on to sodium, you know. We have an idea, we need to have 2 electrons in the first shell, then 8 electron in the shell number 2, and there is another shell which carries 1 electron. So down the hill, size is increasing. As the size increases, we need lesser amount of ionization energy. What means to say, it's hard to remove this electron compared to this one. Similarly, it's hard to remove this electron compared to this one. Means it is easy to remove this electron because the size is larger compared to the lithium, and lithium's removal of electron is relatively easier compared to the hydrogen because hydrogen's size is the smaller one. So down the group, the ionization energy decreases, this is what I'm trying to say. Down the group, the ionization energy decreases. Over here, if you move in the period, the ionization energy increases, because if we look into the carbon carries 6, okay, nitrogen 7, oxygen 8. So this is how the electronic configuration, the number of electrons, you can imagine they are increasing, from here to here. However, the shell remains the same. So towards moving from left to the right, the size will decrease. Over here the size will decrease, size will decrease. So ionization energy will be higher. So this is what I'm trying to say. The ionization energy depends upon the size of the atom. If we move from boron to carbon and then nitrogen, oxygen and then fluorine, on this side the size is reducing. So when the size of the atom reduces, it will be hard to remove the outer electron because of the stronger pull of the nucleus on the outer electron. If the size is small, the nucleus will have a stronger grip on the valence electron. If the size of the atom is larger, its strong grip on the outermost valence electron will be low, so it will be easy to remove them. So that's the basic concept behind the ionization energy. Ionization energy actually is the amount of energy that is required to remove one of the outermost electron from gaseous atoms, and with the removal of the electron, the cations are generated, and the ionization energy always depends upon the size of the atoms. Down the group, the size increases, as I've just given you an example. So mean the lesser amount of ionization energy will be required for the ionization down the group, okay. However, in the periods, the size of the atoms that decreases. So when the size decreases, means higher amount of ionization energy will be required. So ionization energy is the amount of energy that is required for the ionization of an atom, means the amount of energy that is required to remove the outermost loosely bonded electron from an atom, from a gaseous atom. Generally this is energy, so it has some units. It is represented in kilojoules, and the atoms are taken in moles, okay. So it is represented as kilojoule per mole, the energy which is required to convert 1 mole of gaseous atoms into their corresponding cations. That amount of energy is called kilojoule ionization energy. I hope you got the idea. This is a very basic concept about the cation formation, cation generation, cation synthesis, and the how the atoms are ionized. This is how you are going to start with this concept. I hope you got the message. If you do have any questions regarding to this topic, don't hesitate to contact me. I'm always available. Thank you very much for your time and consideration. Assalamu alaikum.